Hello, child development students. This is part 2 of how to obtain your child development permit. So let's walk through the steps here. If you go to the Child Development Training Consortium's Hello, child development students. This is part 2 of how to obtain your permit video series. Part 1 was determining what level you are eligible for, and after you have done that, you are ready to apply for your permit. You will go to www.childdevelopment.org and you'll click on the Child Development Permit Stipend Program. Once you click there, on the right-hand navigation, you'll see all the applications. Most of you will be the first-time permit application, but there's also the renewal and the upgrade applications. So let me walk you through the basics on the first-time permit application. It will open up as a fillable PDF. It is very important to read all of the instructions. Most important is to use the current program year applications only. If you have old applications, the consortium will just send them back to you. You must use the current program year's applications. Scroll down and make sure to read all the information. The consortium funds all first-time permits, starting with assistant, associate, and teacher, permit renewals for the lower 3 levels, and permit upgrades from the lower 3 to one of the upper 3. Once you are on the upper 3 levels, you are on your own for funding. Make sure to print your applications single-sided. Don't print double-sided or back-to-back. You don't need to send in any money with your application. The consortium will fund it. Once they receive your packet, they review it, they'll put the money in, and then they forward it on to the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. It can take as long as 3 months to get it back from the Commission, but once your application is received from the CDTC, the Commission will enter you into the website and it will say application pending. Once it's approved, you will see your name, the level of the permit received, and most importantly, your expiration date. We will cover that in part 3 on professional growth hours. The CDTC only funds people one time per program year, so it is very important to know the level that you are going to apply for. If you are very close to being ready for the next level, you might want to wait until you're at that higher level to apply. For example, if you are taking all 4 core classes and you only need the 50 days experience, it would be better to get that 50 days experience and apply at the associate teacher level. And then you can stay there for the next program year while you work on the requirements for the upgrade. The CDTC will only allow applicants to resubmit an incomplete or incorrect application one time. If they send it back to you for a correction and they get it again and there is still a mistake, they will not fund you. You would be responsible for the fees. A helpful hint is to make a copy of your entire packet before you mail it so you have proof of what you mailed in. The next page gives you the checklist of everything you need to submit when you mail in your packet to the CDTC. All the applications are here and they are fillable PDFs, so you will just need to type in the box to fill in all of your information. No handwritten applications will be accepted. They need to be typed. You do need to order official transcripts, but they can be opened. The consortium wants you to double check that the units are there with a passing grade of C or better. So they advise you to open your transcripts to verify the coursework is there. The first application is the stipend request form. So everything that is highlighted needs to be filled out. Make sure to check the box for the first time permit or you're renewing or upgrading. For number 14, the school age emphasis, we recommend that you check the box for no. If you check the box for yes, you would have to show the school age classes, which we don't offer anymore. Once everything is typed out and printed single-sided, you will sign it and date it right before you mail it. Don't sign it and date it until you're ready to mail it, because if it's post-dated too far back, the consortium will mail it back to you and ask you to put a current date on it. So it's a wise idea to put a post-it note on all the signatures and dates, and then right before you mail your packet, you can sign and date everything fresh. Now, the application for credential authorizing public school service is a legal document through the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. There can be no whiteouts or crossouts or corrections on this form at all. Make sure you proofread it very carefully before you print it, because if you make a mistake, you're going to have to go in and retype out the whole form, because absolutely no corrections will be accepted. Part 1 is all your personal information. Part 2, you need to check the box for which type of permit you're getting. Part 3, you'll choose the level of the permit that you are applying for. These are all different kinds of credentials and licenses you can obtain, so just leave all of that blank. Unless it's highlighted, you don't need to fill it out. You can leave Part 5 blank because you're not renewing, you're a first-time applicant. If you are a renewal, you need to have a professional growth advisor, which we will cover in Part 3. You do need to answer all of the professional fitness questions. Read each question carefully and make sure to answer honestly. If you have any yes answers, you need to fill out the professional fitness explanation form. You would need to explain the yes answer and provide any required documentation. If you have all no responses, then you are fine to continue. Part 7, you'll read the statement about mandated reporting for child abuse and neglect, and you'll click in the box to state that you understand, you've read that statement, and you agree that you acknowledge you are a mandated reporter of child abuse and neglect. Part 8, you can leave blank. It's not highlighted and you're not working for an employment agency. You want the permit made out to you personally, not through a secondary agency. And then you will sign it and date it under the oath and affidavit right before you mail it. This is a legal document, so you're supposed to type in the city, the county, not country, county. So for example, Los Angeles County or Orange County, and the state where you signed it. Sign and date right before you mail it. The next form is the request for live scan service. You'll type in all of your information and then take it to the agency to complete the live scan. Our campus police has live scan service, as well as most city police departments. Some UPS or FedEx stores also offer the service. You do need to pay out of pocket for the live scan service, but you can save your original receipt and fill out the reimbursement form, and the consortium will reimburse you $49. You need to fill out the form completely and attach your original receipt. Even if you have been live scanned before for a job, you need to do it again through the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. I know it's a bit of a hassle. Lots of us have been fingerprinted many times for other things, but you need to do it again because it goes straight to the Commission. If you are applying for the associate teacher or above, you need to fill out the verification of experience form. If you have worked at more than one site to reach the requirement, you can have the employer check here. If you took practicum, which gives you 18 days toward the 50, and you also picked up a part-time teacher's aide position to get the total of 50 days, you can print this form twice and have both employers fill it out to reflect the 50 days total. If you did all of your experience at one location, then you just need to fill out this top part that you did all of your hours at one location. It does need to be done working with early childhood, birth to age 5. Make sure the school information is there and the employer signs it. The last form is the confidential profile for direct service participants, which is basically demographic information. Please fill out everything that applies to you. Once you have everything typed and you have double-checked it for accuracy, you are ready to print it. You are more than welcome to come to any full-time faculty member and we will give you a pre-addressed stamped envelope to mail all of your application materials to the consortium. The address is on the very first page, but we will also give you an envelope with the address. Don't forget to put your transcripts in and double check the checklist. There's the address. You will receive a letter from the consortium when they have approved your packet and sent it forward to the commission, but you may not receive any notifications from the commission. You should be checking the commission's website at www.ctc.ca.gov to see when your application has been approved and the date for renewal. I wish you all the best of luck in your continued journey to become a child development professional.